Hi, everybody.
Hi, we're
We're,
live.
we're
Welcome to Here Be
live.
Dragons.
We're live in living color.
We're in
In
living
living
color.
color.
Welcome to Here Be Dragons, where creativity meets courage and dragons live in the art we create and the lives we lead. I'm Carla Mara of Dragon Lady Art, and this is my co-pilot and dragon rider extraordinaire,
Alan Childers of Alan Childers Art and Illustration. We're here to talk about the dragons we face, the treasure we're after, and the wondrously weird journey of life. Every episode will explore what it takes to face your dragons and maybe even ride one.
So grab your shield, sharpen your claws, and let's dive in, because today we're asking the question that matters most. What dragons are you facing? Hi, Alan.
Oh, well, hi, Carla. How's it going?
Good. What dragons are you facing?
I'm facing a time dragon, I think, right now. I'm prepping for my first Ren Fest at Silver Sage Ren Fest. It's a smaller Ren Fest in Joplin, Missouri. But it's they've expanded to 2 weekends and 2 days. And I'm only doing one weekend, but since it's my first one, but it should be kind of fun. I'm just like in this like prep mode and getting all my artwork bagged and boarded, and so I haven't like my brain is just like whenever I'm not thinking about it, I'm still thinking about it.
Right? Yes.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
that doesn't ever go away. It doesn't matter
I'm
how
like,
many
did I get
shows
that
you
done?
do,
Did I
that
get
doesn't
that
go
done?
away.
Is it? Did I pack that? Do I
Yep.
need that? I probably need that.
How are you finding prepping for a Ren Fair different from some of the other shows you've done?
It's not just a table and like a table, a background, and some signage. It is and maybe a vertical display. It is an entire like tent setup. I would say it's equivalent to maybe an art fair, but it's also a little bit more than that because you have to have like the window dressing of fairy tale, right, or fantasy, or within a medieval era. Now I'm kind of fudging that. Being my first one, it's gonna be like not that great, but the artwork should at least be fantasy and fairy tale, so people should be happy in that regard. So
That helps with the ambiance for sure.
it does. It helps with the ambiance. So I'm like, I know that there's stuff that my tent probably could use. Like it could use some like skirting and maybe some like to make it look more. Go get some drapes or something, just drape things around to make it look more fantasy. But I really just want to focus on presenting a good booth and have good work to show people, and present myself as an established fantasy author, so or fantasy artist, but not yet.
It's only Monday. It's only Monday, and it's already been
Only
a week.
Monday.
What is up with that? We drove to Roswell today, and so I was in 90-degree weather all day.
It's 90 degrees here too. It's cooking,
Ugh.
and it's humidity here too. So it's cooking,
Ew.
with humidity.
We did drive through rain, so we're supposed to get rain for the next 4 days. But
Yeah.
so, having set up my booth, how does your booth compare, like just stuff wise, like volume of stuff?
Not even like half of what you had in that little car of yours. You had like somehow you got like the TARDIS to fit like the TARDIS vehicle that could fit like half a dozen things in there. I don't have half as much, but it feels like it's filling up quickly.
For sure.
With the tent, with the bars, with the signage that I got. And it's all space. It's all space, and it's filling up quickly.
Yeah.
So I mean, inside the booth, once it's all set up, I'm gonna be like, man, I don't think I have enough.
Yeah. I kind of felt like that at Norman too. Like, I don't know, like I know I didn't put out all the originals that I had, but
Yeah.
I probably could have gotten another 2 bins of stuff without a problem. So
Yeah, my problem is I don't have that many originals. Like I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. I've been primarily a digital artist, other than sketching, most of my life, other than sketching and drawing with pencils. So I do paint occasionally. I would like to do more painting, but that will have to wait till after this show.
Yes. Yes. And so when was the last time you created art? Like even
Sometime,
sketched something?
um, I think few days ago I did something for Critically Epic, but it was like seriously just really rough and needs probably redrawn and developed more and taken back to board. We had with Critically Epic we had some ideas for some vinyl collectibles, and so that kind of got my imagination fired up a little bit. But really, I just don't have the time to invest in the creative spoons to give to what the time it would take to sit and just do that. So I've been just kind of plugging away and trying to get this, like, prepping myself both physically with all the stuff, but mentally too as well, to prepare to be on, like to
Mm-hmm.
be, to talk to people, and I'm doing it by myself. So it's not like I don't have a helper. Um, I have a guest who's going to come down, and I don't know if he'll help or not. He may just want to attend. Uh, but he is purchasing an original, so that is a little bit of it's like going in halfway started. So,
Right, for
you
sure.
know,
Yeah, I
I feel
know.
pretty good about that.
Good. Yeah, you should. That's awesome. Like I did it on my own for, I don't know, the first 10 years or so, and then I had a helper for a little while, and then my husband started helping me, and now I'm kind of doing it on my own again. Just for time and schedules, and I'm hoping to pick up more shows. Um,
Well,
which
I
means that
helped you at Norman. I was,
you did. You were a great helper.
yeah. I
You
mean,
were on it.
except for whenever somebody walked by rolling on a ball, or an 8-foot troll walked by, and I
You
was
you
like,
didn't drop any
"Whoa!"
customers though, so that was cool.
Huh?
I said you didn't drop any customers though, so that's fine.
No,
You were
no,
like, wait here, I'll be back, and then run off. So that's fine.
no, no. I'd never do that. Yeah, it's.
And
I think I
Norman's a
was.
double
I think
booth.
I've been. Um, I've done many different jobs in my lifetime, and customer service has always been imprinted on me as something that is, for one, it's kind of a dying art to have customer service and to provide a customer service to people in a way that is giving them what they want, but also keeping it, kind of professional and above board. And because you can like lose sales if you just get too far in the weeds talking to somebody about things and
Yes.
going down a rabbit hole. And somebody over here was possibly wanted to buy something, or you could have possibly made a deal, but then they're gone because you were.
Yeah, and that's happened to me quite a bit too. Is when you have a booth barnacles who don't want to leave the booth, or they want to talk to the artist, or they're artists and they want to talk to you,
Mhm.
that collective of things, and they don't quite move along as quickly as they should. You start coming up with different ways to make sure they move along when they should, and whether they're buying or not, it doesn't matter. But a
Yeah, and
lot
I
of
hear a
people
lot
like
of.
talking to the artist.
And
So
I've heard kind of this thing too from some like convention comic book guys, and that's why they usually have their meeting at like a dinner or at the bar, like meet up and just have a social kind of meet and greet with people who like want to talk shop or talk about things, or meet them just in a more laid back environment where
yeah,
it's not
yeah,
about, when you're not trying to hit goals and also
right, right.
talk to people.
Yeah, and that's definitely not like a problem I've had with other professional artists. it's usually the, woman that comes in that, oh, my daughter's an artist. She should ask you questions. And I don't mind that. I don't mind being asked questions. But when it's 20 minutes later and you're still basically giving a free class on how to become an artist, you need to come up with some clever escape routes for some situations like that. Or, it's going to make me sound
Now
like
we
a
can just
terrible
be
human
like,
being. But
here's the Here Be Dragons Artcast. Go
yeah, I
ahead.
know, right? Let me tell you about my podcast.
Yeah, check out our podcast. We talk about a lot of different professional art things.
Well, and I've had people that have like made tumblers or T-shirts or cutting boards or whatever that want to use my art on it, and now I can kind of just shove them, off to my agent. But
hi, Renee.
Oh, I didn't even have chat pulled up. I'm terrible. Hi, Renee. Yeah. So yeah, coming up with an escape plan of some sort so you can kind of scooch those people along a little bit is, you develop, and it's tastefully, right? You don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, and
I would
you're
love
there
to
to
talk
work.
I would love to talk about this further. The QR code will take you to a link that'll have my email. Give me a shout out. We can discuss this further.
Mm-hmm.
Then you gotta be tactful, and I think that's part being tactful like that is good customer service too.
Yeah, for sure. And I like to cluster my shows together. So kind of April, May, I try to do shows, and then August, September, October. And that way, because I don't do any art during those show seasons, I just don't have the time. Mm-hmm. I know for me, shows take me about a week to a week and a half to prep. Between, making sure that this right stock is ordered, making sure that I'm getting it all in, making sure that it's going into the right bins, or that it's priced, or that it's printed properly, or, all the various things, bagging and backing prints, all of that, loading the car. I try to load the car 2 days before now, just in case I have to run around and do stuff, and making sure everything's plugged in, like the batteries and the square reader and all of that.
So you're prepping a Kickstarter. And
Mm-hmm.
for Language of Flowers art book, what kind of back end stuff that are you going to have you been doing to kind of get prepared for that? I know you recently met with someone whom we may have as a guest on Here Be Dragons, and they're going to help you with some promotional stuff, and things like
social
that.
Media.
So do you consider that part of back end work or prep work overall to get prepared for this?
For sure. You never want to hot drop a Kickstarter. That's not what I was going to say, but I'll tell you what I was going to say later. You never want to go in unprepped and whatnot. You want to make sure you have a following. You want to make sure that there's long enough lead time that people know you're about to put on a Kickstarter.
Renee's excited for it.
I know, that's awesome. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be I redid all the graphics last night. So everything that I sent you previously, Alan, is all redone.
What? Oh my God! Did you just get a wild hair?
I thought it would look better.
Well,
it does. So I'm happy.
I was hesitant to inform you that your flourish on your just your teaser with the gold flourish on your teaser for your promotion, I really like that, and I thought that would almost look really good on the cover. But I know you're tired of looking at the cover.
No, I'm interested. Yeah, no.
Well,
please.
the gold kind of ornate flourish that's kind of like this Art Nouveau kind of stuff.
Right.
Thought that would look really good on the cover art somehow, in kind of I don't know, maybe a border or coming up from the flowers. But that was just in my brain, and I was just I do, because whenever I see the thing on Facebook, I'm oh, I really like how you put together that graphic, and I like that graphic and stuff, and that something of that ornate flourish, and then you showed me what the cover is, and I like the cover too. The cover looks great, and I think it's going to look fantastic the way it is. But I was like, my brain won't quit saying, I wonder what it would look like with gold flourish on the edges.
Always tell me. Always tell, because I've been looking at this thing for 7 years.
How can we just make this more like?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
More of a win for somebody to be like, fuck yes, I need that on my bookshelf.
Yeah, no, and please, you're never gonna hurt my feelings by saying, hey, what you did is shit. Go ahead and fix it this way. Like, and I know that's not what you're thinking, but like we're telling, and that's not what you're saying. It might be what you're thinking, but
right.
But yeah, so yeah, if I can work that into the cover and play with it, I'm good. Yeah, I'm not sick of looking at it yet. Clearly, I'm still working on it, but yeah, so
we're noodling it.
Well, I'm noodling it still. Yeah. No, yeah. And I liked that. Like I'm trying to figure out how to get some borders in the interior because I do like the way the borders look. But I don't know if I'm gonna have to like rechange the whole layout of the book in order to do that, but it's something I'm still playing with. But yeah, so I mean, you want to either do mock-ups or have the physical item in your hands or some way that people can see, because a lot of people don't know what the end product will look like.
Right.
And I sent you the mock-ups, like some of the mock-ups last night.
Yeah, and they look great.
Thank you.
Because
you didn't say they looked great. You just jumped into where can I get mock-ups from, by the way.
Oh, did I not compliment?
No, you were just like, dude, where do I get mock-ups? And I was like, what the hell, jerk?
I'm pretty sure I said it. Now I have to go back and reread and see. I'll be like, I said, oh, wow. Didn't I just like exclaim or something?
You may have said that, but then it was like immediately it was like, where do you get mock-ups from?
Oh, wow, was, the like an onomatopoeia, like an exclamation, like, oh, wow. And it should be, that should be
you said,
like,
dude.
Oh, wow, that's
you
fucking
said,
awesome.
Dude, and then is there a mock-up site?
Dude is like, okay, I should have wrote, dude, it's fucking awesome.
Thank you. See, how hard was that? No.
Okay. Well, it was fucking awesome. So.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
And that'll be like a wraparound hardcover for it and stuff.
Yeah, I heard from my printing company today on the way back from Roswell that they can't do foil on a dust, like they can't print a dust jacket that big and then put foil on it, which was disappointing because I was really excited to like maybe get a foil cover for the 100 limited edition one.
Yeah.
So apparently I can't. I may look around to see if there's any other companies that can do that, but they can, like the largest they can print on is a 12 by 18.
Yeah.
And I need like an 8.5 by 30 because it's because it's an 11-inch, an 11 and 11. You're already at 22,
it's a
and then you have a
3-inch.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
so
meant to be an art book, you know.
Yes.
It's meant to,
yeah, but I would like to find like a dust, like some kind of a dust jacket where I could do a different variant cover for the 100 limiteds. So I'm still going to keep looking for that probably for the next couple of days. But I mean, you want you want a lead time, and then you want all the graphics to look good and to match, and you want to look professional. You want to look like you know what you're doing. You're gonna, they're not about to like drop 10K in your lap and you're gonna be like, well, that was fun, thanks guys. Like if you look back at all of my Kickstarters, all of the graphics match, all of the, everything looks cohesive, it looks branded, it looks all that kind of stuff, which helps, especially for, 90% of my backers come from my email list or my Facebook page or things like that, people that know and have been following. But there are still people that stumble upon your Kickstarter, especially if you can land like projects we love, which I think so 2 or 3 of my Kickstarters have hit. So
you're giving them people come back, you're getting them quality products and quality things, quality artwork that they can, that they can cherish, so they know to keep coming back. And it's not like she has a team of people doing this for her. She's making all the graphics, all the advertisement, all the stuff she's doing herself. So so when we say it's like the art is done and now, but the work is not done. The work
Correct.
It's like the work just gets started as soon as the artwork is done. It's like, it has another life. You put on a different hat. Like there's the artist hat, and then there's the person, then there's the business of art hat, which is that's where things get kind of dicey and where we're like
Yeah.
anxiety.
Well, and on top of that, I'm planning an art opening, right? A gallery opening in the tea shop that I have my artwork set up in. I am working on planning a studio gallery opening as well to coincide with the Kickstarter. And that's why I talked to the woman about helping me on social media, is because she's good at that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna go live during that same week, or during that same night. It'll, like, the Kickstarter will launch on the 18th, Thursday the 18th, and then my gallery opening will be the 20th of June, and it'll be for like 3 hours, and people can come in and they can see the art. And I'm thinking about doing a giveaway along with that, where if you sign up for the Kickstarter while you come in, then you'll get a free bookmark or something. I don't know. I've got some things I want to try.
Everybody give snaps for Carla. Give snaps for Carla. I mean, when she goes fishing, she just doesn't put one pole in the water. She's got to have at least 4 or 5 in the water to land these fish.
Do what you got to do, right? Like,
yeah,
that's the nature of the beast.
She's dancing. She's dancing.
I usually try to plan my Kickstarters over events, over shows and stuff like that, so I can generate interest at the shows. And then the same thing, like, if you show me while you're here that you backed the Kickstarter, I will give you this free thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that usually gets a fair amount of people. But I don't have any shows. I try not to do shows during June or July, because it's hot.
Yeah. I'm about to find that out. But right? But see, the thing I have in June and July is time. So it's like I have time to do it because I'm out of school. So
right,
I have to maximize that time with what shows that I can.
Yeah.
And I've got 2 shows and 2 workshops. I got 2 shows between June and July. I'm doing Silver Sage Renfest and JomoCon in Joplin, Missouri. And I'm also doing 2 workshops in Joplin at the Spiva Art Center, which are more kid oriented, but like that's, I have the skill set to do that, to teach kids. So it is, a little extra money. And then, after that, hopefully we'll land that
Oklahoma City Comic-Con,
yeah, under Critically Epic, which is a joint, venture between Carla and myself, with doing like a TTRPG brand lifestyle kind of thing. So,
what are your classes on? What are you teaching for your workshops?
There's going to be card art, doing card art, but we might gamify it as well. So we're doing art trading cards, and then fantasy characters and creatures, because that's
kind of your wheelhouse.
Bread and butter for me. Fantasy characters and creatures. I kind of gamify that too for them. I give them like a list of traits if they have a hard time, and then we get I have some dice that I have them roll on a trait thing, like get some D6s and a D20 or something like that, and they can roll and just essentially put together like a mashup character if they want to, and then we'll do dragons and stuff like that. So
cool.
A lot of kids,
are you gonna
love dragons? So
what ages are you working for that one?
I think it's from 8 to 14. So
okay. So are you going to get into anything like shape language? Like triangles usually are angry characters, or round is, you know what I mean?
We might get into that. Right now I'm just trying to do like likes and feels with that. I'm trying to like get them to understand like the concepts of a dragon, the forms of a dragon, like it doesn't like, and then look at alternative like dragons can be anything that, like, because they're imaginary creatures, they're mythical,
right? For sure.
They can look like anything from Toothless to Smaug from Lord of the Rings, but they don't have to really fit to any kind of narrative other than scaled lizard with wings that breathes fire. But even within that, there's a lot of play. So
Yeah.
it can be kind of anything that you want. And a lot of mythical creatures are kind of like that. You can adapt them and make them however you want. So we'll kind of go over like some different monsters and things, and how to do textures and goo and stuff like that.
Cool. So just, if you want to use my work as an example, there is a small licensing fee. We can discuss that. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I can do dragons as well, Carla.
Yeah, but they're not my dragons.
That's true. Your dragons are so much better than my dragons. Thank you for bringing that up.
I didn't say better. I didn't say anything. I just said they're my dragons. Hi, Richard. He's dinging me. He's not in chat.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, clustering shows together, clustering stuff together is what I like to do, because when I start working on art and getting deep into it, I like to have that time. And it's really, really hard to make new art if you're like, I have 2 days to paint and then I have a show, right? And I've done that before.
And I think that's really great to bring up, because if anybody's curious why we haven't been making art on the stream lately, when it's our host episode, because we were doing that for a while, and you were hoping to be
for a while, like 3 episodes,
entertained by making art. It's honestly because we have a busy schedule sometimes, and we have to wait till those creative spoons fill back up, and we can.
I'm okay.
And we have the wherewithal and the spoons to get creative on, because it does take a little bit of like, what am I going to work on a stream, that people will enjoy, but also that I can do fairly easily.
Yeah, because you're not going to hit flow state when you're doing a stream, or when you're doing a or I mean, you can, but at that point you're muted, or you're not talking to somebody, or you have somebody over your shoulder who's helping, right? And I just, that's actually a good thing to bring up, is I discovered that when I was trying to live paint, right? Like there was no flow state, and people, when you're in the early stages of the art and it looks like shit, like people don't understand the steps unless you do some kind of creativity or kind of art. Most people don't understand the steps that it takes to get from, wow, that's really crappy, to, oh my God, it's done, right? And even as artists, like most of us are uncomfortable sharing our fuzzy, ugly stages, right?
Well, or you just like fall in love with the ugly stage, and then you say that's your style, and then you never go anywhere further. Like me, like I just keep it all ugly.
No,
and never,
that's not something I've ever done.
Never produce anything better. So it's like, yep, that's an Alan Childers original. It looks like shit.
Some of us are a little more professional than others and have a necessity for some polish on our pieces. As my iPad falls over. Yeah, no, that's not something I've ever had a problem with. I will let something sit. This one is set. Well, so this is a finished piece. These two are not. These are definitely in various.
Is that the sea turtle piece?
That's the sea turtle piece. I know. I'm going to finish it. I promise. I'm going to finish it.
And we've lost Carla.
I am dropping stuff like crazy today. Oh my gosh. I am klutzy as hell.
What happened was probably probably a mini earthquake or something going on over there.
God forbid that ever happens. Half the town will roll down the hill.
Probably some fault line shit going on.
There's nothing in my soda.
Which makes it more wobbly.
Yes. So, different. Well, and like, how do you stay creative during this time where it's, you don't have the time to put into something or get into flow state? I mean, the lion that I'm working in, the face is pretty much done. And I've blocked in the body and I've blocked in the space behind it, but that's it. And I probably won't get to it until when the Kickstarter launches.
I think during these times, like you have to take like bite-sized creativity. Just do like simple sketching or work on something that's like the sketches I did for Critically Epic the other night, the other day. They weren't too terribly like, and they're not finished by far. They're just kind of like so getting some rough ideas down.
Right.
You can get some rough ideas down for something, and really sometimes this time is to take in a lot of inspiration. Take in the inspiration that's kind of like feeding your imagination, looking at what other people are doing, but also like keeping your eye on the ball with your business aspect of things. Because I mean, at that point, when you're prepping for a show or you don't really have like, or you're prepping for a Kickstarter or you're prepping for some big event type things, you don't really have the energy or the spoons to sit there and invest in flow state. Like,
for sure.
You know, and so doing that to yourself is going, because the problem is you probably won't hit flow state to begin with. And then what you're going to produce is not going to be that great. So you're going to produce something that's like I'm going to go back to that sketch, Critically Epic sketch that I did a couple days ago. I'm going to go, ooh, I did change some shit about that.
Right.
Although I did enjoy dressing the Battle Bear up like He-Man, because He-Man's coming out, and that's going to be
right. Because you're a nerd.
I'm a nerd. I was born in 1980. 46 years old.
Which is the best time for fantasy.
I know, right?
Come on. We had the best fantasy movies in the 80s.
The fucking bomb, which is evident because they keep like basically pillaging it for content.
Right? Absolutely.
Everything is content.
You know Peter S. Beagle has some of my art, right?
Huh?
Peter S. Beagle has some of my art.
What?
I met him at a show and had him pick some pieces out, and he was really
Peter
excited.
S. Beagle, for those that don't know, is the author of The Last Unicorn.
My favorite movie of all time.
Yep.
The soundtrack still makes me cry like a little bitch.
He actually wrote a sequel.
Have you read it?
No, not yet.
Oh my gosh. I sobbed.
That's Molly Crew's kind of backstory, isn't it? Like, no?
Oh. Well, I don't know if he wrote about that, but the sequel was Prince Lear. She goes back and finds Prince Lear.
Oh shit!
Sobbed like a little bitch. Yeah. Yeah, I need to read it again, and I'm like, I don't want to, because the emotional damage alone was.
I read of his I'm Afraid You've Got Dragons.
I have that. I need to read it.
Yeah, it was good. I loved the cover art for that. It just sold it for me. I believe that was Justin Gerard doing the cover art for that.
Probably.
And I was just like, Justin's work is like to me, I'm just like,
he's the GOAT.
That's my life path right there.
You need to quit throwing in the towel when you get halfway through then.
It's like, do you think Justin Gerard throws in the towel? No, we keep pushing through, baby.
Mm-hmm. Push through that polish, bitch.
Yeah. Man, there's so many good artists out there that have inspired me, that are contemporary artists that continue to inspire me. Tony DiTerlizzi, James Gurney. And those are just living contemporary fantasy artists that are still. Larry Elmore still rocking it.
Yeah, Boris Viejo, Julie Bell.
Julie Bell, totally.
Stephanie Puman-Law.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's so many contemporary fantasy artists, and we try to follow a lot of them and promote them as much as we can. And we would love to have any fantasy artists that want to come on this show, promote themselves. Promise I'll be more professional when you're on screen than I am. Well, maybe not. Carla makes no promises.
No, for you, I mean, I'll be fine, but you have a problem with professionalism.
No, I don't. Me? Okay.
Right? No, but that's part of this time is to take in influences and fill the well. And I've probably dumped 40 to 50 images in my Pinterest boards in the last, week.
Yeah.
I had an idea this morning. We were sitting in the car at the gas station ready to leave for Roswell, and a huge tiger butterfly went by, and I was like, ooh, and I looked it up, and that led to another butterfly, which led to, so I have a new painting idea that I need to sketch out, in the next day or two already. And
Yeah.
thumbnailing, all of that.
I think like definitely having your sketchbook handy, or a journal, even journaling, to help just get ideas out of your head and just still doing like mental vomit, to clear your head, get your ideas down. I can't even remember. I need to write that down. Goblins Love Glitter. I had an idea for a children's book, like a little contemporary, like a children's book, kind of fantasy children's book. Goblins Love Glitter. But because I just, for some reason, just chaotic goblins just absolutely bejazzling everything with glitter and glue would just be so chaotic and so fun to draw and to illustrate and stuff. So
absolutely. And getting that down, because I know I keep a list on my phone that's probably 200 deep of ideas, from Critically Epic to Little Wings Dragons to Dragon Lady Art, all of it. And I go back through the list and I'm like, I don't even remember ever having that idea. And
yeah, totally.
Unfortunately, sometimes I've taken notes and I don't remember what the notes meant. So I've come back and read them and went, I don't know what I was talking about, but I was clearly very excited about that concept.
That's why I go through my sketchbooks. Like I'm starting to try to date my sketchbooks a little bit more and my sketches, so that I know what year I kind of had these ideas, and stuff like that. There are some sketchbooks that I end up I think they're rung for ideas, or I've elevated past that idea.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I purge them I take what was good in it that I wanted to keep for my files, and I purge the rest. But
like, you throw them away?
Yeah, I purge them.
What the hell is wrong with you?
And then, but like, I keep the things that I think are useful, and I purge.
Yeah, but you never know when, like, some random, even if it's not like you don't think it's a good idea, you never know when it's going to trigger or seed something else. I have sketchbooks all the way from high school.
I need a storage unit for how much I go through sketchbooks.
Okay, fair enough. You do sketch a lot. That's a hobby not a hobby, a habit I would really like to cultivate in myself, as more sketchbook stuff. Last year, David Van Gogh was in Vegas and pulled out his sketchbook. And hi, Brittany. And hi, Brittany. It was amazing. Like, it was the best thing ever. Like, I can't even with how good the sketchbook was. And I left the hotel and drove to the nearest art store and bought a new sketchbook.
Yeah.
Because I just was so in awe. And it's something I would like to do more of. I'm really, really terrible at sitting down and just not 10 minutes waiting in line at whatever and sketching out. And that's something that I would really like to start doing more of, for sure.
I'm bad at sketching at home. Like, when I go out to a place that's like a coffee shop, or someplace that's really busy or something, like, I find that I can put my earbuds in and just kind of escape and go into it really, really easily. I love going to coffee shops. I love going to, like, libraries and little areas where I could go do research if I need to on a topic, or like get a picture or reference or something. Because I still like to find references in magazines. I still like to find references that aren't from the internet, because I feel like everyone's pulling from the internet.
Right?
Like
Yeah, for sure.
even though we have curated Pinterest boards, everybody kind of pulls from the same zeitgeist sometimes,
Oh yeah,
and
completely,
you need to go back.
completely.
There's in our art classroom, uh, not where the kids can get them, but we have these old National Geographics, and I love to just flip through the ones from the 80s and just see the perspective of the photographers and the grittiness and just the textures and the colors
For
from
sure.
the of life in a different era.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and as you said, we're all pulling from the internet and stuff, and there are certain photos that have surfaced that everybody kind of uses, and then you start recognizing, all the same references, right? I know I've
Right.
heard stories of previous well-known artists that have used bridal magazines, uh and it was apparent that they were using bridal magazines, right? um and everybody kind of could figure out where they were getting their pose ideas and stuff, and you don't want to become too reliant on your reference, for sure.
No, and I think that's why photo bashing is such a unique and creative skill. Art is supposed to imitate life. Definitely in certain scenarios, I think that's true. I definitely, whenever you take from, even with fantasy illustration, I think the more reference that you take from life, the more naturalistic it looks, and readable and believable. Like it
Yeah.
helps immerse the viewer um, in that believability and keeps them kind of like grounded. Like if you know how the texture of a crocodile looks like, and you put that same texture within the scale or skin of a dragon, like suddenly you have like they have a real world kind of connection to
Hmm.
exactly how dangerous that thing is.
Yeah.
Um, you know,
Well, that, and I mean, just the optics of it, right? The camera foreshortens the body, so drawing from life is way different from drawing from photos, just on the optic side of it, right?
mhm.
You can usually get a drawing to look more realistic if you're drawing from life than you can a photo. And it's just because of the way the perspective is and the skewing and, the highlights and shadows and that kind of stuff. So,
Right. I would love to go to a local, like a zoo sometime, or even aquarium, and do some like sketching from aquarium or zoos. I
yeah,
think that
it's a
would
lot
be
of fun. I've done it.
I think that would be really cool. I know we have some pet farms around here that come to like some events and stuff like that. So maybe bringing my sketchbook down to a fair or something might be cool as next time.
There
But
you go. Yeah, yeah.
because I do like the goats. I love watching goats just run around and jump on things and
Mm-hmm.
creatures. And one of my friends, and recently I had the opportunity to. One of my friends is does a rescue and boarding of wild animals, and she's helping out with a local coalition. And recently had the experience of holding a baby possum, and that is like so like life changing in a way for like caring for a wild animal,
Mm-hmm.
and just like and also like I don't know, like maybe our species was put here to care for other creatures and not to exploit them. Like
Yeah, for
maybe
sure.
that's like what we should be doing with our opposable thumbs and big brains, you know?
Yes. Well,
Yeah,
and empathy. I mean,
yeah,
we're usually, a lot of us, most of us are born with empathy.
yeah. Sorely lacking in some places these days, but
Well, yes, yes, yes. It can be knocked out of you, but
or people can have selective empathy, and that's a little
right, for sure. Well, and that's, I mean, that's what art is to help bring that back into, you know. I think that's part of why we're artists, is to connect with the empathy of others, or to bring empathy to others, or to being views that normally people wouldn't get to see, right? The human
Totally.
condition is for the most part universal. We all experience sadness or joy or, things like that. So connecting that through art. I remember I went to one of the Van Gogh experiences, right? And in the beginning, in the opening, they had you go through like a maze of quotes from the letters that he wrote to his brother. And I remember reading about how he had written about depression. And I could recognize myself and what I had been through with my depression journey at the same time. And connecting, knowing that I'm connecting to Van Gogh across, hundreds of years and languages and everything else, but we had the same understanding of depression
Oh,
was
totally.
incredibly eye-opening for sure.
Oh yeah. One of my favorite episodes of Doctor Who is when he Van Gogh, however you pronounce it. Um, he brings him to the future to see his collection of
Yeah, I've seen that one. How his art
knowing
touches
that
people today.
his ending is kind of tragic,
For sure.
but just letting him know like how important like his art became,
Yeah.
and like you can do that as a mental exercise sometimes if you like try to think about what you want to um, leave behind on this in this world, especially as artists. Like the body of work that you're creating is something that you will leave behind. People
Right.
will be going through your sketchbooks. People will be going through. There are a few things that I'll probably purge, but people want to be connected to your story and your legacy, and whether or not it's a few people, whether or not it's just a loved one, or whether or not it's tens of thousands of people and you're known worldwide. I think it's we all impact people every day just with who we are, but then our art goes out and it continues impacting even beyond us. So it's
Right.
like our impact can resonate through time in that way.
Yeah, and Brian W. Parker, who we had on several weeks ago,
And we're going to have on again a repeat guest.
I was getting there.
Oh, sorry.
Jeez. Did a Facebook post about what he wants how he wants his art to serve, and it really connected with very similar to how I want my art to serve and how I want my work to touch people. So I had invited him on again so we can have a roundtable and kind of discuss
Oh
like
yeah,
how. Hmm?
that's going to be great. That's going to be a great
Yeah,
roundtable
I'm
because I think
excited.
the art as um, that's how I felt walking through many of the buildings in Rome. Like this is history, and I'm walking in rooms that were commissioned to some of the greatest artists of all times. It was so surreal.
For sure.
Exactly.
For sure.
Resounding and connecting with those artisans who created, that space, and crafted that. And I think as human beings, as a species, we've kind of forgotten how to do that a little bit. We make such a throwaway. We're such a throwaway society right now. We've forgotten how to create large, impactful things that stand the test of time and resonate. I mean, it's planned obsolescence, like in our not opulence. What is that? Opulence is richness, but the plan when
That's
something
close. Yeah,
breaks
plan.
when
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
when something breaks down and it's planned to
Yes.
break down,
Right.
which I think they outlawed in.
What is opulescence? Because it's
Oh, okay.
yeah, because you have to keep replacing it in order to give it worth.
Right.
Um,
So like I think
opalescence.
they outlawed that in France. So
Nice.
um,
Yeah. Well, just making good quality stuff. And a lot of that is the feedback of, we have to consume, or that kind of thing, right? Like they want us to forever, they come in and say, this color is hot right now, and you have to get everything in this color. And then you turn around and the next season it's something else. When fashion, especially fashion, used to go on for, 20 or 30 or 50 years
Yeah,
because
do
the
you used to have a
turnover was so
hand-me-down
slow.
coat from your father, or some type of,
Well, and even going back to like the
hat
Middle
or
Ages and the
scarf?
Renaissance and stuff like that, that was,
Yeah.
when a princess came to your court, then the fashion changed. And for the next, 3 years, you were wearing the same dress because you couldn't update fashion and there was no fast fashion and everything was handmade and stuff like that. So
I wonder if furniture and things like that, or clothing, used to be a part of women's dowries when they got married.
it was absolutely.
Okay.
Hmm. Yeah, household items, especially for women, were
Yeah.
a big one. Oh, I'm so glad.
No, that's awesome, Renee. Yeah, we like to have guests on that really speak to inspiration, because we ourselves we want to inspire, but we also want to be inspired. So we definitely look for people who fill our cup in that way, to be on our show and talk about things. And maybe there's some people that just need to talk, that just need to talk about why things aren't going well for them,
Yeah.
or have that outlet, and talk about.
Damn it. I hit the wrong button. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what happens around here. We hit the wrong buttons.
Trying to
So,
make sure it was all shared, but
yeah. Brittany says the internet and quick dopamine hits like TikTok had a huge hand in the social shift towards fast-paced change in trends, especially fashion.
absolutely.
Totally, totally. Like our attention spans, it's like a quick verbal, visual Twitter, right? TikTok is small bites, doses of things, visual content that you can get, like almost like a casino with the scroll, like sitting there going through. Like I get lost in the scroll sometimes, and it's hard to go on deep dives with research with that. But the younger generation seems to be able to do that a little bit more. Like they will deep dive on subject matters within TikTok a little bit easier than other people. Like I will get distracted by like videos, whatnot. What the algorithm is showing me, but like my daughter, she can like really use social media in a way and dial down on topics in TikTok and these other short form contents. And it's like there is definitely, like, I can definitely tell that I wasn't built with those tools. Like I can learn
Yeah.
to utilize those tools, but it always doesn't seem as natural as to somebody who's probably grown up with it.
Yeah, for sure. And the internet, we're older than Google. And back in the internet, you had to
I'm older than Google.
Yes.
I don't
And
know.
those days you had to search for what you wanted. And we had like web rings, right? We had things like that where if you stumbled onto an artist website that you liked, you could either check their link page for, shared links, because I did a lot of cross linking with other artists and things like that, or the web ring where it was a fantasy artist web ring and you hit next, and that next button took you to somebody else's website, and that next button and it was
Oh
similar
yeah,
to scrolling, but it was a
web
lot
rings was
slower.
brilliant. I loved web rings and Muddy Colors and these blogs that just had guest artists come on, and it was there was so many good stuff back in the day. Imagine Effects magazine before they went pro,
Right.
before they started promoting AI, which I think they've dialed back on promoting AI quite a bit.
Probably they would have had to.
But I do know that they're still a tech magazine altogether. So
Yeah.
they still want to keep their, like, in some of their spaces, keep like an eye on it, about like they still want to promote the good things that AI can do.
Right.
They can't
Yeah.
help themselves,
That's
right?
It's here to stay. You might as well deal with it.
I mean, that's what people keep saying, but I'm just kind of like,
No.
Do we have to
No.
though? No.
Well, and that's what makes me happy. You're talking about, your daughter and Gen Z earlier too, there is a push of getting off the internet and physical books and physical media, and they're buying not just records, which started coming back into fashion almost 10 years ago now, but CDs and DVDs.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
They're starting to, because they don't own anything right now. And that's
My daughter has a record player. I don't.
right. Yeah. We have a CD player still and a DVD player, but it's nice to see them getting back into physical media and slowing down, right? And just taking a breath and
Totally. I think it's.
figuring stuff out.
I think that's. I think you have to take that break, right? Like, I mean, nobody, like corporations, aren't going to give them that like breath to take away because they want to keep you hooked in it, right?
For sure.
So they want to keep you hooked into that, into the social media, into AI, into all these things that are
Well, into
that
their
are
controlled
stimulating your
systems.
dopamine, overstimulating your dopamine. But now they're realizing, like the new generation's realizing, oh hey, I need to like reset. I need to take time away from this. I need to have things outside of the internet that give me dopamine other than that, and they're doing that naturally because they know it needs to be done, or as a generation, I think they're just collectively going, hey, can we just all agree to, bring this back, to do these things. And it's interesting to see. It's I feel like our generation and maybe the older generation, like their Gen Z and millennial. I consider myself an elder millennial, kind of,
Yeah, me too.
but like Gen Z, they are at most risk, I think, for being sucked down into like these like trends and stuff like that. I think the newer generation is getting a little bit more armor. We're having a little bit more conversations about what these things are doing to us. So I think as we hopefully we can create a space where we can regulate for ourselves.
Well, and
Again,
it's especially important as artists because we do need more creativity and things like that to fill our well. So
that's awesome, Brittany.
staying off social medias and things like that is as much as we can is a better option because the brain doesn't you're using up all your dopamine, right?
Right, right. Or overstimulating your dopamine and stuff, and then so when you
Mm-hmm.
crash out, you're like, it's like because as soon as I'm off it, like I'll get pissed. Like I'll be like, if I want to like focus on something like, or I feel like I've been on it too long, I'll actually delete it from my phone. But then it's like that itch, like that, like slowing my brain down long enough to feel like it's not, and maybe that's where it's like, man, this really is kind of internet addiction. It's, I mean, nobody really knows the long term ramifications of what social media or what this technology is doing to our psyche as human beings. I know there's people
Right.
studying it. I do like to look into books like that and read those kind of things, that paper and the research for, because I think sometimes like a slower pace of life is definitely needed. That's why I like my in-person events quite a bit.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
of course, and I think that's where art in general is probably more headed towards is in-person events because
yeah,
that's where we're going to be connecting with people because the social medias keep us in our walled gardens. So
yeah, and they make you pay to play. So,
yep.
like, and it used to be you had followers, you put something out, a majority of your followers could see what you were making. Now they only, like, there's like a percentage threshold. You have percentage thresholds. You have all these different things. So like, you ask artists why they just keep throwing like their artwork, repeating their artwork and stuff on their like Instagrams. It's because they know that the first round it only got to like what,
Mm-hmm.
10%, 20% of people who were on at that exact time,
Yeah, for
because
sure.
it goes so fast. So maybe 20%, 10% of people that were on at that exact time saw what you were posting. So,
Yeah, for sure.
so definitely worth reposting your content if you're an artist. Go ahead and and the algorithm tries to punish you for reposting content too. So it will try to do that. I would say that's the thing. Like you almost have to be. It's pretty bad that you have to find a way to out algorithm algorithms,
Yeah,
and
for
then
sure.
it's like really hard to because as soon as you change something up, it changes something up to counter what you're trying to do. So it's like just pisses me off. I
Right.
would just love an EMP just to like uh take us back for like, 3 or 4 weeks.
Right. For
just
sure.
just unattach the Matrix. I think the Matrix is a really great example of what the internet actually is, and what is it doing to us. We start becoming like just solar, meat sack batteries for it to exist
Right.
instead of existing for
The
ourselves.
Matrix.
Yeah.
Cool.
In turn, what does that do to our genetic code and by proxy the future of it? Exactly. I think Brittany's on the same wavelength with what I was talking about. Totally. Yeah, I really think like more in-person events. I really enjoy like my D&D games, my board games, my art nights, my my meetups with friends. Even if I suck at playing pool, I still value that more than meeting up and and that's the thing. I've gotten to the point now where my attention span is so low. I can't meet up and play with
Yeah.
people on video games anymore. Like
Right.
I don't play. I missed the boat on massive multiplayer online games,
Yeah.
and
And I still love it, but I don't play with anybody.
I don't get on and play. Uh, I can only like my attention spans. I can only play like video games for like an hour, and then I gotta turn it off. Like I
Yeah, yeah.
can't grind anymore.
Right.
As somebody who stayed up all night to beat The Legend of Zelda. So.
Yes. Yeah, I'm a little better than that, but even, World of Warcraft I play by myself and stuff, so.
I think comments lag because I swear comment when it's irrelevant. Relevant. I'm not trying to be a topic behind every time. Oh yeah, probably. Or we're talking and we don't see it right away. But yeah, we appreciate you being on here and commenting though. Thank you so much.
For sure. Cool. Well, we've hit the hour mark.
All right.
So.
Definitely next. I believe next week we have Alexander Gustafson. Nope, we have
pre-recorded
next week. Okay,
the following
so
week
Alexander Gustafson's 2 weeks, and then that's going to be he's an award-winning illustrator and fantasy artist, sci-fi artist, and maquette maker because some of his maquettes are pretty freaking sweet.
Yeah, they are for sure. Thanks, Renee.
Yep. Thank you, everybody who tuned in tonight. We appreciate you being here. And I'll let Carla close us out.
Awesome. Thanks for joining Here Be Dragons, and make sure to like, subscribe, and find us on the web at herebedragonsartcast.com. We're on Substack, Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, YouTube, and anywhere else you listen. We will see you next time. Thank you, guys.